Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you another adventure in Cap. To start things off, I am going to be down here on the bottom, which is where I should be. So, once again, you'll notice that this is before the Malaconda testing, so all the caps were illegal. I haven't actually played during the Malacondra suspect test, because I had a few of these backed up, but this is the last one, so I don't know how long the suspect tests run, but if they're still going, I might try and get, just a Malacondra team next time for Cap and see how that goes. But anyhow, let's talk about teams. I don't have anyone new to introduce here, but my opponent is running a Sun team, and he also has this Gothitelle, which is interesting. Don't see her a whole lot. Maybe she's better in Cap, I don't know. But I do kind of figure that it's going to have Shadow Tag. And of course we have the Venusaur. Venusaur is utterly terrifying in the Sun, especially when you don't know what coverage move it's going to have. Venusaur, once you know what it's running, there's always a counter for it, but until you figure that out, it's incredibly dangerous because it can kill pretty much anything if it has the right coverage move. So I definitely need to watch out for that. I don't have weather myself, so the Sun is going to be up. And yeah, the rest of his guys are fairly standard threats. Latios is pretty scary because I do have a steel type. I have Jirachi, so she can help handle that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the match. So it looks like I'm going to lead with Colossal Oil. He's Choice Scarfed and he has U-turn, so he makes a pretty great scouting lead. I expect the switch here, so I would assume, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn right out. I am playing these at normal speed. I feel like sometimes on fast speed I miss some important things, so please let me know what you think in the comments. If it's too slow, please tell me so that I can fix it for the next one. But I'm going to try this out for a couple battles. So anyhow, that happened. I killed Latios in 2 turns, which was great. Again, having that mixed Krilliwatt, oh, it's so good. People never expect Earthquake. They don't expect Ice Shard. So I was able to get a surprise kill there. Then Landorus comes in, intimidates me, kind of forces me out. I stay in here ready to Death Fodder Hiawatha, and he freaking lives a sun-boosted overheat. So that happened. And now that the Ninetales special attack is so low, I pretty much have a free switch. Decide just to go into Colossal Oil again. Can threaten that thing out. Sure, I'm going to U-turn again. Yeah, no reason to go for the Earthquake. Ninetales isn't that threatening, and I would much rather have switch initiative. So he does send out his own Necturna. I'm going to go into the Shadow. Get hit with a Shadow Sneak because I didn't know Necturna learned that. I mean, I knew it learned everything, but I thought it was a sketch move, so I didn't expect it to have it. But anyhow, I am able to survive, thankfully, and now I'm going to have to get out of there because I know that it's coming again. So I just go into Twinkle the Jirachi, figure she can probably take pretty much anything Necturna wants to do, barring a really weird sketch move, and I'm just going to take the opportunity to Wish. I want to get some HP back. Wish is so good. It's basically going to give me a free switch here. I can switch in Dazzler the Krilliwatt, eat the Overheat, force Ninetales to lower its special attack, and then get all of my health back. So that's cool. Go for the Earthquake because I can. Again, that mix set coming into play, and Landorus is going to come back in and intimidate me. So at this point, I decide I don't care, just going to get some damage. And I was ready to Death Fodder Dazzler, but he actually switches out with the U-turn, which is good for me because it means I live. Gothitelle does come in, though, and I am trapped with Shadow Tag. But I get a very advantageous crit that definitely mattered because it allows me to survive at 1%. And I shard this Venusaur for some extra damage, so that was pretty advantageous. He is actually going to set up a growth here, which is kind of scary. And at this point I decide I'm going to switch out. Having a 1 HP Krilliwatt is still pretty effective because of Magic Guard. It means that I don't take any entry hazard damage, so, he could still get an attack off if he's faster. Now we see the Venusaur situation I was talking about earlier. I need to know what moves it has. He shows me Sludge Bomb and Hidden Power Fire, so that probably means he has Giga Drain as well, which would mean he's not packing Sleep Powder. I do sacrifice Necturna there just for the Life Orb damage. I wanted to make sure that an Ice Shard from Dazzler was going to take it out. And looking at the rest of his team, Necturna wasn't going to be too helpful, so I figured I would just use her as Life Orb fodder. And it works out pretty well here. So finally, I'm able to force him to go into Landorus there, and at this point I do have a bunch of guys who can handle that, so I'm just going to take him out, and that is going to be the match. Pretty good match, I think. You know, non-weather always struggles against weather teams, but handled it pretty well, so that was made me feel good about this team that I've put together. So moving on to the next battle, I am down on the bottom again, 2 for 2. That doesn't happen very often. And my opponent is up here. Again, this is another team with 6 caps and no regular guys. So let's go over the people we haven't talked about. We've seen these 3 before. This is Argonaut. He is a water fighting type, and his main ability is Unaware, so he kind of is a counter to setup sweepers, since he negates all their setup stuff when he comes in. This is Stratagem. He is a special attacking rock type who is super fast with 120 base special attack, I think. So kind of just a glass cannon in a type that is normally physical. And he does have his own signature move as well, called something. I don't know. And then this is Cyclone, I believe. It's Dragon Lightning type, who basically serves as a giant middle finger to Jirachi. It has the ability Shield Dust. That's its main ability. So it can't get flinched. It can't get, you know, stat lowers from any of that stuff. Secondary effects don't happen. So you can't flinch it, which is kind of Jirachi's thing. So I am worried about Cyclone, definitely. It's a really bulky dragon type that I need to be wary of. And, of course, Oromoth, terrifying, because it's super good. I actually went back and checked the idea behind Oromoth, and the cap idea was, how broken can we make something in OU? That was the idea behind it, so that's why it's so good. And the rest of these guys are around. I feel like I can probably deal with them fairly well. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to lead with the Shadow because he scouts things, and he is going to lead with what I thought was a Cyclone, but he goes for Quiver Dance here, and I'm like, that's weird. I didn't know Cyclone learned Quiver Dance, and I am actually completely forgetting that Oromoth can get Illusion. So yeah, this is not going to end well for the Shadow because I'm dumb. So I switch out here thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, but then I get hit with a Bug Buzz, and down goes Colossal Oil. So at this point, I'm like, oh, crap. That's not what I think it is. So luckily I still have Psychic disabled, so I'm able to hit it with a Shadow Ball, and yeah, shows me that it has Ice Beam, which is enough to kill me off after Quiver Dance. But that Shadow Ball did do a ton of damage, so I was hoping Ice Shard would take it out, but nope. It's got like freaking, I don't know, 100 base defense or 99 or something. It's ridiculous. So it takes 2 Ice Shards. It kills 2 of my guys and almost a third. So it took out almost half my team, which is not good. So then Stratagem comes in. I don't really know what it's going to do, so I kind of just go into Ikiro to see. And she does have very good base special defense. I figured she could probably tank pretty well. I didn't know if it got Ice Beam or Flamethrower, but I was willing to risk it. I really didn't know what to expect from it. So Cyclone comes in here, and I don't have good things to work with here, especially since it has a balloon. I do go into Twinkle because I figure it should be able to tank pretty well, but I get frozen, so that's good. Luckily, I thaw out on the first turn, which is always nice. I do go for the Thunder Wave here, not so much to get the full paralysis, but just to slow it down. You know, Shield Guard doesn't prevent it from being slow. So I paralyze it, and then I just go for the Iron Head to break the balloon. I don't know why I did that. I don't have any more ground. Oh, no, I do have ground moves. I do have Earthquake on Krilliwatt if I needed to do that. But instead, I go into Necturna, figuring I can handle it since it's throwing special attacks at me. And here is the play of the game. I'm going to go for Soak, knowing full well that I'm going to die because it learns freaking Ice Beam. That's cool, guys. But I do turn it into a water type and then obliterate it with Dazzler with a Stab Thunderbolt. So that made my day. First time I've gotten Soak to work, even though it wasn't with Necturna. It still paid off, so that's cool. He's going to bring in his own Necturna here, and Hiawatha counters that thing pretty damn well. So I'm going to get a super effective air slash. Then he's going to kill himself with his curse. So that's okay with me. I don't mind. He is going to bring in his own tomahawk here. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I know it's a special attacker. He opts to go for the late game stealth rocks, which is questionable. Twinkle resist, and my own tomahawk is neutral, I guess, so it could have an effect. He might have been better off going for an attack, but I'm going to paralyze him here just because Jirachi, and then set up a wish, go back into my own tomahawk Hiawatha, and yeah, hope to get the wish. I figured he wasn't going to go for air slash. He would almost definitely go for the fighting move. So it was a fairly safe prediction, but he could have taken me out with air slash if he had gone for it. Instead, he's just going to get parahaxed forever, which is fine with me. I'm sure not as good for him. But yeah, he gets Toxic off as he dies, which is fine. I can play around Toxic. He's only got Argonaut left. And yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I've got lots of things to deal with it. You know, I've got Air Slash with Hiawatha, and I've got Thunderbolt with Dazzler, so at this point, it's good game. It's just a matter of time. So yep, there, down goes Hiawatha, Dazzler comes in. It has Aqua Jet, I forgot about that, but luckily I resist it, and as M as tanky as hell. So it's not going to be a problem, and I'm able to take it out. So that's going to be the second match. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these. Like I said, please leave me a comment about the normal speed. If it's too slow, let me know, but I do feel like I have more time to explain my thought process behind why I'm doing what I'm doing instead of just speeding through what I'm doing, and I don't get too far behind this way. But if you guys don't like it, I'll go back to the other way. Just let me know. So that's going to be it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Check out the links in the description, and I will have more coming your way shortly. Thanks, guys.